Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. There is a lot of volatility and Ethereum has broken below the previous swing low, the B wave low. It shows how important it is to watch for 5-wave movements to the upside as a first reversal signal. So if you watched our tutorials or if you're familiar with Elliott wave, then you will know about the importance of small 5-wave movements because they indicate the trend direction. Now for many weeks we haven't seen any 5-wave move up followed by a 3-wave pullback that would signal a potential trend shift to the upside. So it's always that initial 5-wave rally and 3-wave pullback that can allow us to identify that an overall trend is shifting to the upside, from a local down or from a downtrend that started actually in December back into an uptrend. Now, for now, the trend is still down here, and Ethereum continues to be weak compared to Bitcoin. We talked about that in previous videos. I showed you in one of the last updates as well the ETH BTC chart, Ethereum Bitcoin chart. We can take a quick look. I think it's always good to get an idea of the context. For those of you who don't know what this is, it tells us which of these two assets is outperforming the other. And Ethereum is still being outperformed by Bitcoin, which means Bitcoin is still the stronger one. And all we need to do on this chart is to adjust resistance. So that means even if we get a rally, a bounce from here, it's likely going to find resistance in this region between 0.02705 and 0.0404. And this would be the resistance area. And the yellow scenario, which is more bullish, at least it has more bullish potential, will likely be invalidated, especially if the price breaks below the September 2019 low, it will be invalidated. Now, what are the implications? The implications have been throughout the entire cycle that there was no reason to be invested heavily in Ethereum. As I've always highlighted in these videos, Bitcoin was the stronger asset. Had anything changed on the ETH BTC chart, I would have told you, but the trend is still down. But not even here in this area we see a strong reaction. This is the next Fibonacci support level at 0.01942. Okay, it's a weak one, but still, if there isn't even any reaction here, probably we will see invalidation, and then the white scenario will take over, which leaves much more room for lower prices, let's say, on the ETH BTC chart. So overall, Ethereum still not bullish. And also here we have now reached the next Fibonacci support area between $1,250 and $1,436. The decisive, if there is, and it's not the case yet, if there is a decisive and sustained break below this swing low at 1,520 roughly, and it's not a decisive break yet, but depends on how do we carry on in the next few days. Bear in mind this is the daily chart, so for a sustained break we want to see a little bit more than just a wick below a key level. But a decisive break below that $1,520 level will make the bullish outlook for Ethereum very unlikely overall. And it will leave us without clear bullish structure on the long-term chart. It is what it is, and it could then... There are many other scenarios that will then come into play. For example, that Ethereum is still in a bear market, that maybe this larger degree fourth wave from 2022 never completed. So I see it in a way like, we are in a downtrend. Whether it's going to be the yellow scenario or the white one or the blue one, it doesn't matter because the trend is down for now until we get a bottoming signal. And again, we are watching for 5 waves up. If they don't show up on the smaller time frame, then there is no reason to be bullish. And only when we know where Ethereum has found a low, we can determine, okay, it's more likely the yellow scenario, it's the blue one, which allows for much more downside, or it's the white one. So I'll keep you updated about that. And now we will take a look here at the shorter time frame. Here on the shorter time frame, we have seen a strong decline. You can see that this is the third wave to the downside. It does really look like a third wave down, very impulsive. That was also forecasted, given that we had a 5-wave move down from the early April high. In wave 1 down, wave 2 up. This could be a third wave. And the fourth wave resistance has now been adjusted. If you watched yesterday's video, then you already know this wave count. But you also knew a resistance area that obviously needed to be adjusted with the price. So prices come down a little bit lower since then. And that's what we need to do, right? As long as the price goes down, we simply adjust resistance like a trailing stop. It's now between $1,563 and $1,612. So what we could get is another 4-5 pattern. And then ideally that low is in. But as I said, we will only get really a low confirmation until we get a 5-wave move up above resistance. So yeah, that's the update about Ethereum. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'll be heading over to X after this video. So if there are any questions, feel free to follow us via our X Twitter profile. Post them below one of the posts and I will reply. I'll be there for the next few hours. So yeah, check it out. Link is in the description and pinned in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.